Valve just dropped a wave of new hardware, and it feels like they're quietly building a whole new ecosystem while pretending it's just no big deal. The new Steam machine, the redesigned Steam controller, and the headline act, the Steam Frame. It's a standalone VR headset that somehow runs your entire Steam library, even though it's not using x86 hardware. The Steam Frame is Valve's next generation VR headset. It can be standalone or wired, and it's running SteamOS on ARM architecture. It's got dual 2160 by 2160 LCD panels per eye, up to 120 Hz refresh rate with a 144 Hz option in experimental mode, eye tracking for foveated rendering, and pancake lenses. Inside, it's powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and has 16GB of RAM. That Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is the same chip you find in high-end mobile devices, but it's tuned for VR workloads. Storage options? Well, you have 256GB or a 1TB option with an expandable micro SD slot, because yes, we're gonna mod it anyways. It's also got built-in wireless streaming over 6 GHz with a USB dongle, so you can tether it to your PC to flex those desktop GPUs. But the real secret sauce is not the hardware at all. It's the FX system, the layer that lets the ARM-based headset play traditional PC games. I know nothing about how this works. All I know is that FX lets you play x86 games on ARM. I'll leave a link up to Linus Tech Tips video where he basically goes over everything, so he explains it way better than I can. And before we even move on, I want to talk about the Steam Frame VR controllers. They are weird and have an unconventional layout. The face buttons are all on the right controller and it has a D-pad on the left. While it might feel fine on paper, it's odd for VR. You're reaching across more than you would really want to. Compared to something like the Index or Quest controllers, which keep things symmetrical for reasons, this setup feels slightly off balance. Not unusable, just different, and that really gets my concerns up. Now let's cover something that's actually really cool. The Steam Frame dongle. This little thing looks like a simple USB-C or HDMI stick, but it's the key part of Frame's hybrid mode. You plug it into your PC and it becomes a dedicated low latency link between the Frame headset and your desktop Steam library. No messy pairing menus, no third-party streaming hacks. It's Valve's built-in answer to the AirLink problem. Basically, it creates a direct high-bandwidth wireless bridge using 6 GHz spectrum, which means Frame can stream full-fidelity PCVR titles without compression, artifacts, or lag. It's a clever move, and it makes PCVR feel like standalone VR, but with all the power of your desktop, the small dongle that makes your headset just work. And Valve's not stopping at VR either. They're also releasing the Steam machine. It's got an AMD Zen 4 6-core 12 threads and up to 4.8 GHz CPU. The GPU is a semi-custom AMD RDNA 3 with 28 compute units, 8GB of GDDR6 VRAM, and it has up to 16GB of DDR5 memory, and it has Wi-Fi 6E, all the while staying very compact in a living room PC format running SteamOS seamlessly with controller first interface. And speaking of controllers, the new Steam controller is essentially a Steam Deck without a screen. The standout upgrade this time, the magnetic Hall effect joysticks. These joysticks offer smooth, more precise analog input with far less mechanical wear and tear. Combined with the haptic touchpad, this controller is built for long gaming sessions, giving you fine control over everything from fast-paced shooters to strategy games. Valve is clearly taking reliability and feel of their hardware seriously now. Let's just zoom out for a second and you see the pattern. Valve's not just selling hardware anymore. They're building a platform. The Steam Deck for handheld gaming, Machine for living rooms, and Frame for VR, all unified under SteamOS, and now all potentially running on ARM thanks to FX. It's a play for long-term control, and a way to make SteamOS hardware agnostic so it can run on anything with a GPU. That's not just a hardware launch, that's a foundational shift. The FX system gives them power, the dongle makes it practical, and the hardware, well, it's classic Valve, minimal, efficient, and smarter than it looks. Sure, the controller layout might raise an eyebrow for VR fans, but the rest of this lineup feels like the start of a new generation of Steam devices, a future where your library just follows you, no matter what chip you're running on. Thank you guys so much for watching. All links are below, and yeah, Valve's probably already got 2 more secret projects cooking while you're even seeing this, so prepare for another launch, I guess.